This is the Hog Central Podcast, sponsored by Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. And now, here's your host, Steve Sullivan.
Welcome to another edition of the Hog Central Podcast. Pleasure to be alongside the former team captain, David Basil, Touchdown Club, Royals Award, Cliff Harris Award. I could go on and on.
Please don't.
Mark May, who calls Arkansas his second home.
How about that?
Spoke to the Touchdown Club today.
Very complimentary of the folks from Arkansas, and he's just a class act. And one of the great players of all time.
He is.
I mean, 3 Super Bowl championship
Outland
rings.
Trophy winner.
Outland Trophy winner, All-American, played with so many. He's a College Football Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest Redskins of all time, but he was good today.
He's got a fire to him.
He does.
What did he say about Hunter Yurchek? I didn't hear.
So I simply asked the question, all right, what's missing? What needs to be done at Arkansas? What's going on? And he just said, it starts at the top. They need an athletic director who knows what he's doing and knows how to get the job done, inferring that, Hunter Yurchek was not. And he just, he torched it. And so the people were cheering.
Yeah.
And so I just said at the end, I just asked the questions. But he was very critical. I think it goes back to that Touchdown Club with Hunter saying that he was critical that he did not set a good example. That's not what you need, which I'm sure Hunter would agree with that. But yeah, he was for a national figure, even though Mark hadn't been on TV in a while. But it was pretty strong.
Everybody has sources. Have you realized that lately? No one has more sources than you.
I got a few.
You are connected to money and the university. Yeah. What have you heard on the coaching search?
So I'd heard, a couple of weeks ago that it was that at that time it was the same names that Pete Thamel came up with yesterday. It was Kane Womack, who's a defensive coordinator at Alabama, and then 3 G5 guys: Silverfield at Memphis, Golish at South Florida, and Morris at North Texas. That's what I heard 2 weeks ago, that those were the candidates in the candidate pool. And that, to me, that I hadn't heard much beside that, and I think that was what I was going with. And I think the word was also that Hunter was leaning towards a defensive guy.
Do you think he has any name in his back pocket here that's going to just shock us?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Out of those 4, who do you like? You like Womack?
Yeah, but just because he's got a connection to Arkansas. His dad was a coach when I was there, GA at the time. He played for 2 years at Houston, sort of gets it. He's coached in the SEC, been a head coach at South Alabama, been around the block long enough, and has a good reputation. He's good enough to where he's the defensive coordinator at Alabama right now. So, but I'll tell you, it'd be between him and Morris at North Texas.
Morris will have to overcome his name.
Yeah, I know.
I do like that he's the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, I like that. I do too. And he's done a good job. He's still sort of green. Both these guys are young.
Yeah,
they're really young. But you have to sort of somebody who's got a little feel about the state of it. He played.
That's
listen,
right.
Caden Womack was a player at Arkansas. That gives him, to me,
that's something I think fans want.
I think a tremendous advantage. He went to school at Fayetteville High School. I found out today that Molly Harrell, the granddaughter of Coach Broyles, went to school with him. So I was unaware of that, and I knew his dad. And so, not that that's the end all, but I think those are valuable things.
The only thing when you get an assistant coach, it's unlikely you'll get players from Alabama.
Yeah.
Or if you're looking at short term, if you get the guy from North Texas, he has the hotshot quarterback who's a freshman.
That's right.
He has a good receiver. But long term, especially as bad as the defense has played, I mean, if you watch that second half or that entire game, you probably want a guy that's won't tolerate those type of things.
Yeah, we've seen listen, we're averaging 30 points a game, and we've won 2 games this year. Yeah. We're averaging 30-plus points a game.
I thought they hit rock bottom on Saturday. I mean,
third quarter, it was the worst. Yeah.
It was the whole game defensively. They were confused. If you can't play a zone, if you can't communicate, you don't play a zone. There were busts in that secondary. Yeah. Our safeties got run past all game.
Some bad.
You wondered, what preparation did they do?
Yeah, some basic stuff that, and the other part of that, we did not put pressure on him.
Yeah, but still.
But Petrino he pointed that out. He said, let me tell you, it's two-way street. Secondary was bad.
Yeah.
But when you have a guy just sits back there and does this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And pow! He had a rifle on him, man. He had a gun. He could throw it. So.
Yeah. And there's a reason he had that kind of game because of the Razorback defense, And we have a quarterback controversy this week. KJ Jackson or Taylen Green. The facts, if you watch Saturday, Taylen was brilliant in the first half.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought he ran the offense well.
He had a lot of rushing yards, didn't throw the ball as much. But
he makes that one turnover, and it's one of those that, that only he can make. The ball goes up, it doesn't land, and a teammate doesn't. It's not like the Hunter Heave. It doesn't go to a hog. It lands right in the hands of a defender.
But the tight end, Rohan, did the wrong thing too.
Yeah.
He didn't flatten out what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, but
that was mistake number one. Number two, that he just can't try to throw it.
But people don't care. They see that one turnover, and now KJ, he had one bad turnover. He got hit in the back, and they scored a touchdown. But people don't see that. They see that he got the 3 touchdowns or 3 scores.
I mean, Taylen Green starting.
Yeah,
he is not starting. I'll tell you,
it's senior day, and he's been the guy for 2 years.
Yeah, you can't. KJ. Listen, I said from day one, I've watched that KJ Jackson kid. He's impressive. I've said that we've got a great backup, and what's a shame, Sully, is the odds are he's not going to be here next year. The odds are.
Yeah, he put it. If the kid that was in the bowl game, receiver, had the few catches, gets a scholarship.
Yeah.
KJ, with what he has shown just in that game alone against Texas.
And I will say this too, the game by that time was sort of.
That's right.
Sort of, it was they had taken over a couple.
But he made some great decisions.
Yeah, no question.
And he's a strong kid.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid. He's got a good arm. So yeah, I've been impressed with him since day one. I knew coming out of Mississippi he was a good player. He was like a Lamar Jackson type, more physical maybe than Taylen, not as big and maybe as fast, but good arm too.
Then you get this off-season thing coming out, not off-season, about a month late, where CBS comes out with a report today that the defensive coordinator, Chris Wilson, apparently got into it with a player, and the player got cut, and it was investigated. And Bobby Petrino, nothing was done. Bobby Petrino kind of tried to clear it up today. He said they were shadow boxing in the locker room, and Ken Talley bit his lip, and that's how the cut took place. But you hate to have that linger so long. You wish that was taken care of maybe a month ago.
Yeah, I don't know why that would come out.
Yeah, that to me that's really weird, and maybe it's on Talley's side. I don't think he's played in 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, I had to say who.
Yeah, and it comes out from a national report.
Yeah, it's a weird deal. People like drama. It sounds odd.
Yeah. When do you think this coaches thing gets done?
I think they'll announce it either Sunday or Monday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the following week. One of those 3 days.
What do you think the reaction is going to be?
I think the reaction will be, because again, it's not a big name. But the only reaction you were getting if you hired Gruden, or somebody with name recognition. I'm not sure. The Matt Campbell name that was never really had been in the mix. People throwing it out there. I'm not sure if there's anybody out there that got that. Sully.
I do believe if he plays up, that his Arkansas ties, that Kane is his dad. The fact he went to Fayetteville High School.
Yeah, I've heard him on the mic. He's good. He's a tough sounding guy. He's been in the league. I mean, he's at Alabama.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're a top 10 team.
You talk about a buttoned-up defense too.
Yeah, so I think, and he's been a head coach at South Alabama. So success, 7-6, 10-3, 7-6. Then he goes to Alabama. So, I think probably of all of them, I think there's value in. Now, listen, it's attractive to think about the Morris freshman and quarterback connection.
Yeah,
but we've seen offense. We've already seen some defense.
Yeah.
Let's spend money on defense, man. Give us some money on defense, and let's get a defensive-minded guy. Hire a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, you're going to have to spend money because you're going to hire him with basically no time to recruit.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so tired of hearing, Sully. I swear, every day I read Norvell, whoever, we're making a commitment to coach to devote financial resources. Yeah. Everybody's like, we didn't get it right with the money, so we're going to get it right. And that's a problem, Sully, because everybody's saying that.
Yes,
so let me tell you, if they are struggling that bad, and I'm just telling you, there's a reckoning coming on this money deal that I think is going to be unsustainable in a few years, and people are going to go, we can't do it anymore.
I heard from impeccable sources that Arkansas even had trouble making payments at times.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And that's how much you're
Yeah, and I'm just telling you, if that many teams are saying the same thing. All right, we're bringing Coach back, and we're going to make a commitment. We're making that commitment.
Virginia Tech.
All of them. Yeah. We're making that commitment. We're going to raise more money.
It was Tom Bars. He said they're making these commitments. Let's see them fall through.
Yeah,
it's easy to talk it.
And then easy to do it maybe year 1, year 2. I'm just telling you, it's unsustainable where we're going until there's some, it's these players will love it because one of these days these players aren't going to get paid this much. I think they're going to be a leveling out at some point.
Yeah, when you're paying your players, we had a decent payroll this year, and Arkansas didn't get their money's worth.
What do you think would happen, Steve, if every fan knew exactly how much every player was getting paid?
Oh, it'd be wow.
Good Lord.
Could you imagine seeing that $1 million on the back of Taylen Green's jersey?
Or that defense that's making, let's say, $300,000. So a guy who's raising his family here in Arkansas, busting his butt for $75,000 a year.
In the NFL, everybody knows how much they're making. NBA, they know how much they're making, and it doesn't bother you. Get numb to it.
They're not an employee yet. At some point, I'm just telling you, that is a game changer. These guys are driving around with Lamborghinis, and I'm not saying, hey, some of them may be good enough to deserve it. They're going to be playing in the league. Some of these guys should not be making $200,000-$300,000 a year for what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the next step. You'll see how much they're making. They'll have a payroll.
Well, you talking about bringing the heat on players that don't deliver. Wow.
Yeah, but they're making the money now. I mean,
they are.
When you're making $250,000, $1 million.
Yeah, they listen. These kids are making so much money, and their families are too. And listen, I don't mind somebody making money, but are they? Well, can we start playing seventh graders? How far are we going to go back with this thing? Go back sixth graders?
Hey, Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss, the backup quarterback, was making $1 million. What was the starter making? And he's sitting.
Yeah, well, the good starters are making $3 or $4 million. Yeah. They're making more than a rookie in the NFL.
Yeah, it's
stupid.
Insane.
Yeah, it's stupid. Maybe one of these days it'll change.
Yeah. What kind of financial situation do you think Arkansas is in? You're a check right now.
I think he's trying to raise the money. I don't think. Maybe he's gotten some commitments, but I think the coach makes a difference. So I think it's tough for him to go out and raise money without having the coach. Hey, I need more money. You should have been asking that already. So you presume he'd been doing that. So
hey, the one thing that is a positive is I sense still great interest in the football program. Arkansas has been drawing great crowds in Fayetteville. You get some juice when you post something on Twitter.
I think fans love the team.
Yeah.
I think they're really frustrated and tired. They're just tired.
I think the move to Petrino helped save the season as far as interest was concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
That people stayed engaged.
You imagine if the defense coordinator, he's been gone so long, I forgot his name now.
Travis Williams.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm telling you, could you imagine if
Well, Taylen Green's suffering from the same fate. I mean, people are sick of those. He had a brilliant first half. I mean, he ran that offense to perfection. I mean, he had some great runs, passes. He made one mistake, and people are.
And you always say it, Sully. What's disappointing about him, he's going to be remembered as a turnover guy or whatever.
Yeah.
He played with one of the worst defenses in the history of this program, and they were terrible. They got 2 turnovers in 9 games.
Yeah.
And so just think if they'd have been just halfway decent, he'd have won some games, and the memory of Taylen Green would have been better.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have worried about 1 turnover because the defense would have gotten something for you.
In addition to, not getting the turnovers, when they needed a stop, I can't remember a stop they've gotten at the end of a game that, was – and Arkansas any kind of chance.
Yeah, and Saturday was an example. It was so easy. It just made it look so easy. It just they were in zone, and there wouldn't be 5. Let me tell you what. Remember, I don't know if you remember this. We talked about this before the season started. Kevin Kelly and I got into it a little bit in a fun way on Twitter. Yeah. We showed there was a film of Mike Washington running through the gap.
Yeah.
And I said, I made a comment about what's going on, and he goes, and Kevin just said, well, that's easily correctable. The tackle defensive end should have kept his outside arm free or whatever. And I said, no, that's not the problem, Kevin. There's nobody else around the ball. Where's everybody out? Yeah. He breaks through the hole, and there's nobody over there. That concerns me. You know what? That was what was going to happen the rest of the season, is that this group was not a good football IQ group. We heard about the measurables and all those things and how big and all that stuff. And, maybe the reality, Sully, we misevaluated some of the transfer portal, and maybe the guys who were getting a transfer portal, even though they maybe came from Auburn or Florida, maybe they weren't as good, and maybe there's a reason.
Maybe they weren't.
yeah, that's right. Well, they football IQ. I mean, something Sully that I'm not. I think it was who was it? It was the kid from Auburn. Anyway. He turned the wrong direction, went after the wrong guy, and
Caleb Wooden.
Yeah, Caleb Wooden.
Yeah,
and Manning's back there. He's like, okay, geez, I'm gonna throw it 50 yards, and Wooden's over there covering.
That was probably the poorest example of zone defense that I've seen. The zone's supposed to keep everything underneath.
Undisciplined.
They just ran past our safeties.
Yeah, he turned.
They didn't make a move. Just ran past them.
Yeah, and there a couple times.
If they didn't drop a couple of balls, it would have been 60 points.
Some basically think Manning would come up and show a fake pass in the flat, and then turn around, boom. I mean, it's just the same thing. It's just so I think there's value. Can we not recruit some guys with football IQ, better football IQ? I'd rather almost go after a smaller school kid than a guy from Auburn whose third team is not playing, or Georgia or wherever.
Our highest graded lineman, granted he only played 9 snaps defensively, was that Mulapola from junior college on Saturday.
Is that right? Yeah, we put no pressure on him.
Yeah,
that was a tough. Quincy Rhodes had him one time, and he just broke
yeah,
through.
He's a big guy.
He's a big, strong guy. Yeah, he was impressive. Now again, it's against us, but he was. And even Petrino said Manning is a good quarterback. And I'm telling you, when he saw a guy open, pow!
Yeah,
it was like a bazooka.
They asked Bobby Petrino today about what the experience has been like.
Yeah.
And I think the breaking point was on Saturday.
That's what he said?
Well, he basically said that it's been hard. It's been real.
But you know what? Do you not? I give him credit, man. I tell you, he said all the right things. I give Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
He came back to this state wanting to do something right, and he's not perfect.
But think about he anticipated winning some games, winning a few. And,
and maybe he'd have been in the hunt maybe if he'd have won a couple.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no.
In other words, if you got Bobby Petrino versus these other guys who aren't the biggest names, I think if you win 2 or 3 games, you have a major argument.
Yeah,
on your
but he hasn't won any. Been so.
Yeah, the
close.
LSU game, Bobby Petrino should win that game.
Yeah.
Even though it's not all of his guys, he should figure out a way to win that game.
That was
as a coach.
Terrible quarterback we played. Terrible. Yeah. He played terrible on Saturday too. What happened to him?
That's the one. That one and the Auburn or Mississippi State game. You think, God, he just got to win one of those.
Yeah,
he knows it.
Mississippi State.
But I think Petrino's motives were positive.
Yeah,
and he wanted to win for Arkansas. I think he really legitimately.
Well, he was coaching for his job. He wasn't just finishing out the season. He wanted to be the head coach.
Yeah, I don't doubt that too, Sully. But I also think I think he felt like he had unfinished business. That he dropped the ball. He wanted to show, hey, I want to come back and finish what I started, and unfortunately,
he said the right things again today.
Yeah, listen,
he's been very honest. They asked him about, would you play both quarterbacks, and that's just not the way he operates.
Yeah,
he wants to play one guy.
Yeah,
and you're kind of torn now because the fan base wants to see KJ Jackson.
Yeah.
But if you've invested all that time in Taylen Green, and he's had some good moments.
Sully, the offense has played well. They're averaging 30 points. They're top 15 offense.
Yeah.
And I know there have been turnovers. I get that. But listen, if the guy has any help, if the guy has any help on defense, he wins games.
Yeah, and he's tough to game plan for. He affects your defense when he's on the field.
Did you see that one run and play where he goes up the middle? It was some kind of option, and
there was no one there.
He nobody there, and then he goes up and makes a safety miss him. He said safety's right there and picks up 15 or 20.
But when you mention Taylen Green, they just mention that play in the third quarter. It's not what good he does. And
there were scouts there in Texas that were looking at Taylen when I was there just to see what they thought of him. So he'll get a shot in the league. I don't know what will happen there. But boy, I tell you what, there were also a ton of scouts just watching all the Texas talent too. Yeah. I wasn't that impressed with Texas.
Yeah,
they were okay.
They had trouble defensively. They made adjustments at halftime. That's another thing that's bothered me about Arkansas is they took away.
They said Washington was not running anymore.
They kind of pinched up on the outside and got some penetration.
And I think too is part of that coming out there solid is dominating physically. They did not. They were sort of soft that first half, and they came out a little bit more aggressive.
But what team has really shut down Arkansas early? I mean, it seems when in that first half when we scheme. We seem to get our way. There's always one of those tight ends is always open 30 yards downfield. I thought that was one of his best halves.
He schemes so well. I love the way he hides players.
Hides those tight ends.
He hides the tight ends through the middle of the offense at the ball snap. Or there's the delay. He does that very well too. Delay. Last second. Nobody's there to cover the tight
you have to be Rohan Jones one time. You have to be so patient to do that because he blocked, and then he released.
Yeah.
Where no one's going to cover a guy like that because they're going to just assume he's blocking.
Yeah. I always love watching that because it makes it very difficult. I'm thinking from a linebacker's perspective, you're trying to watch what's happening.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in the second half of games.
Yeah. I think they do.
When Arkansas can't run the ball, they're in trouble.
Yeah, and in the first half, we did run the ball. I mean, it was impressive.
Yeah,
24-20, Sully.
Here we go again. When they handed off to Mike Washington, he went about 40 yards in the first
play, man.
And you're thinking, here we go again.
But I tell you, they marched down so easy, so fast that first round. And then they get the turnover, and it's touchdown over with.
You know who put together a good audition tape on Saturday?
Yeah.
Starzik, the kicker.
Yeah, we needed you. Hey, we needed you about 2 weeks ago, man. No, a week. Was it a week ago? Sully, who's calling? Is that a scoop?
That's my daughter.
No, Sully. Make
Scoop.
the hey, yeah,
it's one of my sources.
hey, make the field goal versus LSU. I don't care about.
I mean, he was booming on Saturday.
I know. Make the kick to win the game versus LSU.
That just doesn't happen this year. No one made a play. It was offense, defense. We added special teams after he missed that field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. I got my bet in on the next drive. Y'all?
Yep. Whoever loses picks up the tab.
You know, this Oaklawn Sports betting app is so fun to use, it might actually make watching these games with y'all bearable.
Big talk coming from a fella about to lose this wager.
Just need a field goal here and you'll be cooked, my friend. Remember our friendly wager.
And it's good.
Bet on any game all season long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
This is humiliating.
Yeah, just like that. I was like, 50, 45. I was just thinking, can we just go back 1 week?
Hey, Saturday you're playing for Bobby. We'd like to see him get his Gatorade bath, whether it's 35 degrees out there. I mean, you'd like to see him win one before.
Sully, this is the, I don't know, this era of Razorback football is so painful on multiple levels.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which series hurts me and bothers me the most. This one's right at the top. We have played them 10 times? Yeah. And we've won twice. Right, they were 8-2 against us in the last, and I think 9-1 in the last.
You remember how it ended last year? Taylen fumbled, had a fumble turnover late.
It's all a blur. They're all a blur to me. All I know is they walk over that stupid trophy every game. That's all I know. And I've gone up to Columbia 5 years in the last 10 years, and always drive back after a loss.
You didn't create that rivalry or trophy.
No, I just bought I built the trophy because I was asked to. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. And we do believe the LSU game will be moving back to after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, which will be, so you presume that's maybe either Friday or Saturday, and most likely they're not going to put it at War Memorial. They'll put it in Fayetteville. Although students are out. That was one of the beauty of having War Memorial, because students were not in session up there, but financially they'll probably
put it at War Memorial, you'd have another stadium controversy.
Oh my God. Yeah, but it would be rocking, man. There's no question it would be full for that one.
Hey, and I think Kevin Crass is one of the ones on the search committee. Props to
I don't know if he is or not.
Okay. Props to the 4 guys who are on it, or 5 guys for.
I think I know who they are, and I will give the credit. It's amazing to me that has not come out.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to get it out because once your name gets out, you're going to get bombarded with thousands of messages. And so I give them credit. And those 4 selection committee, like I said, I know a couple of them are on there that whoever they talked to said, please don't put that out. So I give them credit for doing that.
They talking to you?
I've talked to them.
Okay, good.
But they have not been full disclosure with me.
Yeah.
They've danced around some things where they wouldn't come out. So I've deduced what I think's going on. And so but they're careful in what they say, which I respect that. It'll be interesting when you see who the selection committee is.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, you got me thinking now.
Yeah, because selection committees can be made up of different people.
Yes.
You can have former players.
I would think Kevin Scanlon would be a good one to be on the
You could have
search committee.
You could have administration type people.
You've had the past. You had Steve Cox on there.
So board of trustees.
Yeah.
So so I will say that it probably will have that kind of makeup on this one too.
Yeah.
But the bottom line, do not.
Hey, props to all 4 though.
Yeah. Do not listen. Here's the bottom line too, is that Hunter Yurchek makes the call. So that's the thing I got from the people I've talked to. It doesn't matter what the search committee wants. Hunter Yurchek, which he should, if he's still the AD, he gets to make the vote. I don't have any problem with that. The question is, some fans did not want that to happen.
Yeah.
And but that's going to happen this go round. So.
Yeah. Well, this is an important. Every hire is important. We say that every year. Every time.
We're a creature of the moment there.
Coming off such a great basketball hire that got everyone charged up.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't disappoint us on Thanksgiving.
I still wonder that, and I'm going to ask. I haven't asked because I don't want.
What happened to John Gruden?
I want to say, did John Gruden get called?
Yeah.
Did they reach out to him? I know some people don't want that, but I want to know that he said no. Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
And also people, do you know if he can coach? Listen, I don't know. He'd have raised $50 million in about.
Can you think
about a week.
The tandem of him and Calipari up there?
Oh my God!
Star power.
Oh my gosh! It would have been the most fun. It would have been the most fun. But I'm going to find that out hopefully here soon at some point. So
The Texas experience, what'd you think?
Yeah, really impressive. Their in-game, pre-game, everything's big at Texas. They're so ostentatious and, just there's an arrogance about Texas. Even Rick Schaefer was saying, man, this whole stadium is just so massive and all the things. And their pregame, they have so much space, wide roads, and everything's set up perfectly. And, it's impressive. Everything they do is big and first class. A lot of burnt orange, man. It's, but yeah, the stadium is outstanding, 100,000. Austin's 1 million people, Sully.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
crazy.
It's the 13th largest city in America, and so you don't usually get college towns that have that many and still have the college as a heavy thread.
Yeah, I've enjoyed you going a day early and doing your homework on the city.
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, Texas has 5 of the top 13 biggest cities in America. 5, name them. Go.
Dallas.
Austin's number 5. Dallas number 2.
Let me see. Dallas, Austin.
Houston number 1. 2 more.
What would the other ones be? Where are the teams?
One of them has an NBA team in it.
One of them has an NBA team.
2 of them have NBA teams. You may have just said it too, but
Dallas.
Dallas is another one, and then one more. One more NBA team.
One more NBA.
Come on, T. Come on, man. 3, 2, San Antonio.
San Antonio, that's right.
Yeah, those are the 5. 5 in the top 13 in America.
That is crazy. You have 3 NBA teams.
I know.
Think about that. 2 NFL teams, 3 NBA teams.
Like that.
That is insane.
Yeah, but Austin was very impressive. Yeah, I really walked away. I hadn't played there since '84, and it's a completely different stadium. I still don't think the stadium is imposing some of the other SEC because it's not right on top. But it's massive. Great in-game experience. Yeah.
Where do you think Arkansas rates as far as the venues you visited this year?
From an in-game experience, not very good. We got to do a lot better. I do like what we do with Hogtown. That's good. We can ramp that up. In-game experience is not very good. We need to improve that. But they're not asking my opinion, but they need to. Listen, I've been to every stadium for 13 years now, and I've seen them, but nobody's asking my opinion. So. Did I already say that?
Surely not Hunter Yurchek anymore. If he's still here, you may have a hard time getting him back to the Touchdown Club.
That's okay. Hey, we will have a new speaker at the first year of the Touchdown Club. New coach. We always invite.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he could sell Womack. I think the Arkansas ties are big with Arkansas
fans. I think that helps. Yeah, and the fact that
he's at Alabama.
That makes a big difference, yeah. He's coaching at the highest level right now, and he's been a head coach at South Alabama. Still a lot of question marks. All of them are.
I started looking at videos of him, and just his
speaking, body language stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that you got the attention to detail.
Yeah.
That he just doesn't tolerate busts. I mean, you got to be in the right place, and the fact that that's not easy, he said, against the offenses we play.
Yeah, so there's only 2 of those 4 guys that have SEC experience. Yeah. And it's him and Golish. Golish was offensive coordinator at Tennessee.
Yeah.
So you'd like to have that. You'd like to have a coach.
You think there's any chance that Womack keeps Petrino?
I don't think so. He could. I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah.
My gut tells me he's got a guy somewhere he wants to bring in.
Yeah, most of these guys have connections.
Yeah, they want a guy that they know.
Yeah.
Nothing against Bobby because they respect him, but you want a guy you know. Like, for example, I could come here and get a job here and, hey, listen, I really want to bring my own guy in because I know him.
Yeah.
And, there's something about a synergy with that.
Yeah, one of the best hires out there was Texas A&M when he hired Colin Klein.
Yeah.
Said he went
By the way, the Broyles Award announces tomorrow the biggest class we've ever had nominees, 16 nominees, and so
I wonder if Klein got nominated.
That's why I brought it up. I think he probably will be. How about that guy? How about that hire?
Yeah, what a great hire.
Yeah,
and he's a defensive guy.
He's a defensive guy.
He went across the country, said searching for the guy, and he found that guy.
And A&M's got a lot of money too.
Yeah, that's right. And
but Vanderbilt probably didn't have a lot of money. Indiana probably didn't have a lot of money. You don't think we have as much money as Vandy in Indiana?
Hey, Vandy, when they signed Pavia, I mean, a great player like that can attract other people.
Yeah. It goes to show you evaluation of the talent when you decide you're going to do transfer portal.
You can't miss with quarterback.
Yeah, no.
You really can't miss with quarterback. I mean, look what happened to LSU this year. I mean, they went all in on Nussmeier. And I know why they went all in Nussmeier. The backup stinks. Yeah, he really struggles.
The guy from Mississippi State?
Yes.
Yeah, well, listen, he torched us in the second half. He looked like the Heisman.
That guy was
kidding?
bad.
I know. Did you see him in the second half?
They barely scored last week. I
know. They barely beat Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but if you don't get the quarterback right.
By the way, do want to thank Oaklawn Sports.
Yeah.
Sully, my picks have been horrible this year. Horrible. I thought LSU would cover Western Kentucky. Are you kidding me? Western Kentucky.
You didn't watch that quarterback play.
I told you, listen, he ate us up. He moved it against us in the second half.
They ran like 12 trick plays. Has any trick play failed against Arkansas this year? I mean, Texas ran one through an arch, and he was all alone.
Well, this was the first time that against the spread since Notre Dame, Arkansas just hasn't held up.
Yeah.
You know? And they did the first half, and the second half just didn't work. So
yeah, you just, it's to the point where it might be a good idea, as bad as you play in the second half, to defer.
You've been talking
to defer at the beginning of the game.
Sully's been talking about that all year.
So you get the ball at the start of the second half.
Sully, what I want, everywhere I go now.
They've had the ball first.
No,
every game.
Listen. You pointed that out. I think that's a great observation. I don't think it's going to change, but you're right. The other thing, everywhere I go, the last 2 days, everybody's asking me
who's going to be next coach.
No, that's second. What do we got to do to get Sully to learn what to do on Facebook to get you guys connected? I've had more people go, did somebody help Sully learn?
No, it's bad. I don't know what happened. It kept saying.
And then I feel bad that I was trespassing on Trey Biddy's walk and talk area down there.
Oh my God!
I just started walking, talking, and
yeah,
I wanted to do that with you, so not by myself.
Well, we'll be back this week in Missouri.
Hey, one more.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun going to the games, and I applaud Razorback fans for
Are you going?
Staying engaged. Am I going? What do you think?
Well,
Finish
it's
this out.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, it's Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
The family goes west on the.
Yeah, think about this, Sully. This is another one of those series where we're 1-9 in the last.
That's why
years.
it'd be important to win. And
I just don't know if we can.
Yeah,
I just don't know if their quarterback is back.
Yeah, but I say he wasn't impressive last week. He's going to be facing our defense.
And this may be the last game for Drinkwitz at Missouri. Watch out.
Oh, I believe so.
I think he'd be at Florida. He could be at Penn State. He could be at LSU.
Yeah,
could you imagine him at LSU? Justin Moore would lose his mind. Justin Moore would lose his mind. Having Drinkwitz beat us at LSU, and he's at LSU.
I've been impressed that everyone has been very patient with their coaching hires. No one's jumped the gun.
Yeah,
I
hate the Kiffin deal. I hate it though. I hate it. I think
he's
the whole
leaving.
Thing, yeah, I hate the whole thing's disgusting. It's just I'm not blaming him. It's just the way the system works. It's just listen. So we've had a discussion on our show, and the other argument he goes, well, he wants to go to a place where he can win a national championship easier. I said, excuse me, he's trying to win one right now. I know he can do it easier, but the goal is to win a national championship. That's what he's trying to do now. But he's messing it up and he's ruining it for other guys to where here should be a great year for those guys playing football. But every question is about where's your coach going, and he hasn't said it. I think he's going to, and he's already said it.
Hey, and he's proven that he can get Jackson Dart from Los Angeles to come to Ole Miss.
He's going to be fun to root against.
That's
wherever
right.
his next stop is. Yeah. You sort of like what he, even though we don't like it because he's doing well at Ole Miss, but you appreciate the fact what he was able to accomplish at Ole Miss.
Yeah, the reality is Arkansas has had pretty good luck against Kiffin. All the games should have won more games, but every game
could have won this year.
But one has been very close.
Could have won this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I also remember that Hudson Clark game with the 5 interceptions they threw. Yeah. That was Jackson Dart too.
It sure was. How about that?
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you.
You bet, Sully. Go Hogs.
What a great
we're
season of the Touchdown Club.
Yeah, it's been great. Appreciate all the support, all the great sponsors we have, and
good luck next year.
Oh yeah, I know. All the members, everybody should, and the people who watch online. So we have thousands of people who watch online too, and people around the country. And I'm proud. Listen, if I'm going to do something, Sully, whether it be the Broyles Award or Touchdown Club or Morning Mayhem, I want to be the best. I want to be the best. I'm proud of the fact that people come in here and go, my gosh, this is the best Touchdown Club in America.
Yeah.
And it takes all of us. I mean, they walk in there, Mike Brown was going, man, the people here, feel the energy, man, it's this on here when we come in here.
I think you may have a future at the Travel Channel. I actually watched your Austin one. It was very well done. If I was I want to go see the Bats.
The Bats?
Got to be there at night.
Who knew about the Bats?
I did not know about the Bats.
I didn't know about the Bats either. 1.5. It's an urban bat colony. It's the Mexican free-tailed bats.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Yeah. You need to tune into Bats. You want to learn about the SEC venues.
How about that?
Next year you go to Utah.
Oh wow. Well,
the new coach.
Oh, how about?
Why is he scheduling Utah?
Kane Archer.
Yeah.
That's where he's going.
I don't think he'll be the freshman to be a quarterback for Utah.
That's where he's going.
Hey, but good for him.
Yeah, where do we go next year for SEC? Ole Miss? Auburn?
You know who you have it.
No, Auburn.
You have Georgia's at home, right?
Is that right? Oh,
yeah.
Georgia, Auburn.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the schedule. It's brutal. I mean,
Got to go back to Texas next year again?
Yeah, they do go back to Texas again. Bobby saying, 9 games, good luck.
Yeah, again, you got SEC team beating up on each other. So if and then you got to play a stupid SEC championship game that doesn't do you any good.
And why are you scheduling Utah?
Yeah,
I don't care where you play Utah. That's a tough game.
Well, we scheduled Memphis this year. Memphis is not a good idea either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the days are gone where you
Hunter, it's another shot against you. I don't know if he even scheduled Utah. Those games are so far out.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, Sal. Yeah, fun times.
Thanks for tuning in to the Hog Central Podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hog Central Podcast. New episodes drop Tuesday on YouTube or listen on the go. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and every major podcast platform.